Hello, all you love seekers and peacemakers. It's Brada Zen, your Brada from a different mother. And I thought today would be an awesome day to do a card reading because today or tomorrow, depending on where you're at in the world, is the full moon in Pisces. So I thought I would use this deck here to start off. And it actually has a special card here for the full moon in Pisces. It talks about balance, spirituality, and practicality. So I thought I would read from the book to start it off because it's really some awesome stuff. So it says, have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your questions, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be the message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. So fitting for the times we're in right now. It's so easy, to kind of go into that victim mode when it feels like your life is so out of control. And it talks about attuning with this moon. Just meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. And a little teaching it gives about the full moon in Pisces. Of course, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders, so feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. So powerful. And of course, if you have Pisces in your birth chart, like I have a Pisces moon, so this Pisces moon is going to impact you even more so if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart. And I'll put a link down below as well if you want to find out if you have any other planets in Pisces in your chart. And even if you don't, just Pisces in general around this time is going to push us all to look inward. Next, I'm going to pull a card from this Queen of the Moon Oracle here, and I'll read from that as well. And we'll kind of just see what comes up for us here. We'll see what the Creator has to show up. Okay. Well, there we go. Oh, wow. So this is faith, and this is the worm moon, if you can see that. It's the number 31, if that means something for you specifically there. And let me just look that up real quick here. So faith, fertility and abundance now return. Things will get better. Growth has started. Hold on to your dreams in adversity. A little phrase it has is, I know all will be well. It's in the darkest times that we find it hard to see the light. It's hard to see when things seem hopeless. How we can ever feel hope again. When things seem to fail, it is really difficult to draw upon our resilience and stand up again. We learn by observing the seasons. The light does return. The barrenness of winter turns infinitely and surely into spring. The ice melts. The days grow longer and the nights grow shorter. Warmth and fertility slowly return to the land. It is hard to have faith in ourselves and the universe. I actually think faith is the real F word. It says it in the book here. Faith requires us to let go of our anxieties and have trust, perhaps in something we can't actually see yet. Having a more complete faith in yourself and a higher power to lead you to your greatest good is a solid intention. While having a rigid, blind faith does not serve us, it is important to hold on to our dreams and intentions and to focus on the outcome. To do this without taking note of what is happening around us can be folly. Our ancestors would observe nature carefully, looking for the signs of new life and fertility, altering their hunting or planting to best take advantage. Yet they knew that the ice would melt and the soil, damp and ready, teeming with worms, would receive their seeds. Wow. So such a such a fitting message just to go with the full moon in Pisces energy and the message of that. I mean, letting go of our fears and having faith. I know for me personally, I've moved over the last couple of years a couple times, and when it feels like everything is just overwhelming and too much, I hear the Creator just ask, do you trust me? Do you love me? Then trust my timing, Trust that everything unfolds for our highest experience here. The Creator is kind. He's never going to give us untruth and send us in a direction that's going to hurt us. So we can it's like this is a big wake-up call for us to just trust. And I'm going to pull some cards here from, this is my own personal deck that I'm creating right now. I call it Love from Above deck. So I'm going to pull some from here and we'll just see if there's additional messages that the Creator has for us today. Almost ready here. There we go. I am unconditional love. This is a great card because this is the beginning. Just a huge reminder to us to know that the Creator loves us unconditionally. That's the start of kind of a 4-part meditation that was given to me a while back. So first we realize I am unconditionally loved by the Creator. And then the next thing is realizing, once that love is filling us up, that I am actually made of unconditional love. So in these times when we're drawn outside of ourselves and seeing all the unstable things, situations never stay the same, things break or stolen or deteriorate, and people change, people pass away. But the thing that is for sure always is the unconditional love that comes from the Creator, and that is us. And I was just looking at the bottom of the deck too. So we'll look at this one next because I really feel this is a message for us too. Is to be love. That's who we are. One of the biggest things when we're looking at what's next in the world, what do I need to do tomorrow? What about next month? What about next year? What about the past? What about all that? When we come back to this moment, we can be who we are. We can be love. This can be our compass. Whenever we feel like we don't know what to do next, we can become quiet, take some deep breaths, kind of step away from all the division and all the anxiety and the fear, and just come back to being love, and let that have us make our next decision in the moment. It's funny, and I think this is appropriate too on the bottom of the deck, and I really feel this is what we want to talk about next, is exactly one of the things that's causing a lot of anxiety and a lot of division among each other is this card, and it's called disgust. And what disgust is when we have so much anger and defensiveness towards trying to protect our own opinions, sometimes our opinions of other people's opinions of other people's opinions, that when it comes down to defending our choice, we can become angry and even disgusted at other people's actions. I can't believe they're acting that way. But everyone is a mirror, for us. So when we see those emotions in someone else, it's like, how am I being that way? Either to them, to others, or even to myself. Because one of the most, quote, disgusting things that I find I do to myself is when I'm being unkind to myself or unkind to others, because that's not who we really are. This is who we really are. We're actually love. So when we're being unloving, that's when it feels disgusting to us. But luckily, let me see here, it's not, let's see if this will come in even clearer here. It's kind of blurry there, but it says look higher. And what this means is, this little shadowed person here is when we're walking in fear, when we're walking not in love. And it's the characters that we're playing on this planet, for our whole purpose of seeing our opposite. But behind every character is this higher being of unconditional love. And if we can look higher, look beyond what we think people's intentions are and see them for who they really are, this higher being, then that could help bring us back our peace and bring us back to a place of love. It's one of the things that's really been standing out to me lately is, this is why we come here. We come here to experience what conditional love might feel like. We come from a place of unconditional love where there's not even one condition to be lovable and worthy. But we come here to experience our opposite, that conditional love. And so as we crawl like a caterpillar along the forest floor, what we're all searching for, what everyone wants is just to be loved. And when we fear that love is being threatened, that's when we get defensive. That's when we get angry. That's when we, go into fight or flight mode. So just a great reminder, I think, from the universe right now, from the Creator, just to tell us, come back to love. Come back to who you really are. Remember who you really are. Yeah. And this card here is, it's called Half Moon, which basically this kind of represents the whole contrast, between the light and the dark. The unconditional love and the conditional love that we have here. And it's all about cycles. We all going through a cycle now of, it's like the ebb and flow. We feel love, and then we feel the fear, and then we feel the love, and then we feel the fear. And one of the great messages that come with this card is it's all how we're looking. It's all how we're looking at the world. Because when I'm looking at it through fear, then the world is dark. When I'm, like half empty, right? And then when I'm looking at the world through unconditional love, I see unconditional love everywhere, and I see everything half full. What's wonderful is our power of choice, and this is what it shows us, that there's no right or wrong decision. We get to experience what we came here to experience, And that is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. Every moment is represented. We're either going to choose one or the other, and that life becomes very simple that way. I feel like there's one more card I'm going to pull, and then I'll pull a little friendly, I guess you call it advice or observation through this little chakra deck too, which is pretty cool. Yep, there we go. So just a reiteration, fight. So when we go into fight mode, we're either going to defend or we're going to attack. And so when we feel that passion building up within us when someone says something that just, then we know, oh, okay, use that feeling as a trigger to go, oh, I'm going into fear, and that's not where I'm going to go. Because when someone escalates, if we escalate along with them, it keeps escalating. But if we can take a deep breath, and if we need to step away to avoid a fight, then step away to avoid a fight until you can come back in a more loving approach. But if you can in that moment, take a deep breath and just say, oh, is that so? You don't have to defend, your position. Something that's really come up to a message for me over this last month is truth doesn't have to be defended. Only illusion has to be defended. So if something's true, I don't have to defend it. If something's an illusion, then I feel I have to defend it because I want everyone to think it's truth. So some great clarity today. What a great reminder. And then these are the chakra cards. I don't have the box here, otherwise I'd show you. Let's just see, just to get a little message, just of affirmation or confirmation or encouragement. And we'll end our reading with that. All right, here we go. If you can read that. It says trust. Trust your intuition. It is in contact with a higher source of knowledge. So this is, and it talks about the third eye chakra. So this is about seeing truth and seeing things more clearly through the eyes of love. So I hope this message meets you in a moment of love here today. And I hope everything in your life is going well for you. Sometimes it might not seem like it is, but when it comes down to this trust, we can trust that every moment is for our highest experience. And if we're feeling some very uncomfortable emotions right now, then that can be an alarm sounding inside us. Just say, hey, maybe it's time to take a look at your heart, take a look at what you're defending, take a look at unconditional love versus conditional love. So hang in there and know that the Creator loves you unconditionally, and I love you too. You guys take care.